starting from 5 through 1, a lot of people are just gonna be like, but V, 6 through 10, you are not going that hard in. What the hell are you gonna be doing for this? So you know what? For all y'all out there hoping I'm going with that exact fire that y'all know and love from me, I'll actually start this back up with number 5 as 1-3.
Yeah, it's like my 1-3 too quick, mic check too sick, the slick lunatic rented a badge and a nightstick.
Now, what can I say about 1-3 that can't already be summed up in the entire song itself? If you guys already went to his channel, linked in the description below from the last video. Well, when it comes to Smiley's whole entire repertoire, people just only see him as either one or the other kind of thing. Whether he's going to be experimental, or he's just going to be a one-trick pony. Whether he's just going to be for rap, or if he's just trying to be a singer. Whether he's going to be a simple poet that's just on the mic for some reason, or an actual god at what he does because of what he's destined to be. It's always that weird dichotomy about what an artist can or cannot be due to the fact that perception is such an outdated and obsolete tool in the grand scheme of things. Hashtag not self-promotion. But when it comes to the entire gravitas about what Smiley is standing for, what he's trying to emphasize with the entire world as a whole, it just brings a whole new level when he's just trying to illustrate to everyone straight up with his own unique bar set. He may not be this, he may not be that, but at least he's sitting on his own self-made throne with his own pride, with his own unique flair with things. He's not backing down for anything, for anyone. He's going to do it whether you like it or not. And that is a respectable means for any unique artist that wants to make it somewhere in this world. And I mean unique, not garbage tier. I'm looking at you, Cardi B, and again, Lil Yachty.
On the countdown, when these pills make me drown, still gonna be a smiley face on the fucking crown.
Number 4, you guys may know this song from a while back, but After Hours.
All my life I've been considered as the worst.
After hours, drowsy stepping, hear the sermon, hold the reverend. Long distance relationships with 777s.
Now, I will admit it's been a hot minute since I've used this song. If you guys remember me doing the After Hours review segments, that would be the intro song. It's still gonna become the intro song again. I'm gonna try and rework some stuff because that track is so sexy. But we're gonna back off a little bit because it's a little bit more than just an amazing song for my intros for things. Even though, Smiley, you make great music, I'm just saying. The effect of After Hours is just that whole slow revelation sort of thing that a lot of people tend to have. And I'm not trying to make this as big or as small as it is. This is just my own interpretation of the song, but I feel it's its own small revelation platform for people that have just been so high off their whole life about successes, doing all these things with parties, doing all these things with appearances, and all these things with the grind. And then when it's time for the After Hours, it's that whole small revelation of, wow, my life tended to be a little bit more hectic than what I gave it credit for. Maybe I should just slow down, take a little bit of some stuff into consideration, maybe do some thought processes around this whole thing, get a whole new perception into my own self so I can find peace, some more deep meaning, and more solid roots with what I can stand for. It's that sobering effect that a lot of people need in their lives in a very non-preachy way. It knows what it is. It's a song that's very impactful, but not trying to be blatantly impactful like other songs I could think of. I'm not going to throw any shade about any good artist that does that, but I'm just saying, you guys know who you are, and it's annoying. So, there's not a lot else I could say about After Hours that can't already be summed up, but it's an amazing track, it's done a lot of great things for itself, and it holds a special place in my heart and the channel's heart, where we'll hopefully be back soon. I missed reviewing movies so much! Coming at number 3 is going to be a weird one for a lot of you. It's the first rap.
Now I ain't slept in a couple nights, about a couple weeks to be more precise. He got dice on his brain, rolling in flames. Fucking thing melted, snake eyes in his veins.
Yeah, I know a lot of you guys just tilting your heads, scratching it, just like, did this motherfucker just say the first rap? Like, what the hell is he talking about? Allow me to explain. If you guys heard the Shy Guy mixtape, which is an incredible fucking mixtape you guys can find on his channel. I can't link everything because my whole entire description thing would just explode from how much stuff and information I was placing down below. But I will say this. The first rap track from Shy Guy may be an actual first rap that Smiley did when he became a rapper. May not be. We don't know. But for all intents and purposes, it is an amazing song to just kick off how it feels when you're getting on to rap for the first time professionally. I don't mean like with your friends with the whole super hot fire type thing of like, I broke up with my ex-girl. Here's the number. Psych! That's the wrong number! I'm not talking about that shit. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about Chunk Dirty. I'm talking actual fucking rap. I mean, you being Busta Rhymes versus Jay-Z type of real rap. I mean, you being Biggie on stage for the first time kind of rap. I mean, Anderson .Paak opening up on live television for an entire audience that's tailor-made for an awful comedy sketch show type of professional rap. Yes, I'm still hating on Saturday Night Live. I'm not gonna apologize for that. But my point remains that this was a great way to kick off the mixtape. There was the intro, then there was the first rap. The first rap illustrates how nerve-wracking it can be when you're just trying to openly get into the field of not just with your friends, but for a professional handle. Not just with the posse at a party, but being able to open up for a show here or there. Not just being able to do stuff at home with the fam, but being in the studio trying to make something bigger than what it could be and is for a lot of people. Because a lot of artists these days that are trying to do the whole grind aren't as good as Smiley or as JID or as, I guess, Lil Dicky. That whole measurement about trying to go from the bottom to an actual firm seat is a very compelling argument, and it is something to be admired for. And that's why first rap is as high as it is on this whole top 10 list. I remember being that way when I used to rap. I still remember how that feeling is for all the new stuff I'm pursuing, and I respect it more. And my God, I feel like I've slowly started turning into the Green Scorpion. Where is that number 2?
Nonetheless, repossess the game and get this paper like a motherfucking printing press. I regress.
Coming at number 2, I'm picking the song Hurts Like.
The shy.
Okay, he quickened the pace just to lessen the weight. He taking the train and he out of this place. Pills on pills just to lessen the pain.
This might be a little weird for you guys, because you know me now as the guy with this on his hand, if you just are now tuning in, or you guys just know me as like the happy-go-lucky, laughs at a lot of stuff in a very Joker-like manner. Hashtag not the new Joker. But the thing about this song, that when I first heard it, it wasn't during those moments where I was the guy that you see today. In all honesty, I heard that when I was still at a very low point in my life. I don't talk about the low points that much anymore because, well, why bog down with negativity? Be that as it may, Hurts Like does illustrate a very... I'm not even going to sugarcoat. It hits very close to home for me. Like when you hear lyrics sort of like pills on pills just to wrestle the pain, I remember days like that. I remember trying to self-medicate, trying to do all this sort of stuff to numb the pain of the outside world, of my own family, of the love lives I had beforehand. I remember all of that more vividly than anyone will ever notice, because some people want to say I've had a good life, I've had a prosperous life, I've had stuff handed to me, but behind closed doors, nobody, not even the people that raised me or the siblings that grew up around me, knows the exact pain I've had to go with. What I've had to endure for the entirety of my whole life, what I've had to try and face up to the older I've gotten to as an adult. There is no open rosary glasses stuff for all the things I've had to put up with in my life, and that's still the case today. And songs like this, even though they bring up that whole bad memory, does help me remember that there is no all the time happiness, sunshine, and rainbows. That there is a reality that, even though I'm trying to slowly wean away from to find a better place, that there is that whole world out there that I can never forget about or want to forget about. Not a lot of people get that escape. Not a lot of people get that whole reciprocity from the world trying to take in what they're trying to give. Most of the time it just gets spit back, kicked back at them, maybe even shot at them until they're no longer around. It's that painful. It's that constricting. It's that miserable. And to have that memory, for a lot of people, it's jarring. It's painful. It makes anyone just want to curl up and cry. But for myself, it makes me remember that there's more to what I'm fighting for than what is in front of me. There's an entire world of people I'm fighting for. Even if I don't know you, I can feel your pain. I know what it's like to be in your shoes if you don't have what you have. If you're lost, if you're feeling that constricted, if you're feeling that damaged. There is more to your story, and I would want to fight alongside with you so you don't have to feel those pains anymore. So you can have that smile, so you can have those sunnier, brighter days. That's how I feel whenever I hear this track, but it's not the number one anymore for the whole entirety of this list. Shockingly enough, that whole beautiful statement was why it was number one. But why is it no longer number one is the case? Well, let's dive in first with transition. Coming in at number one of the entirety of the top 10 SmileyRaw tracks is by far the newest song to me. Not to everyone else, but to me, because I haven't kept up with a lot of songs, because a lot of tracks I have to keep looking forward to as a critic, and other songs I have to look into as a critic, and then the other stuff I have to then finally listen to, because I have no time for myself anymore. Is Falling For You, produced by Peachy.
I was hanging with you and then I realized I didn't think it was true. I was surprised when I found out I'd fallen for you.
Where do I even fucking start? Before Smiley even rapped to this song, I heard this instrumental on repeat for weeks on end when this original song dropped from Smiley. I heard it on repeat all the time. I didn't know why it resonated with me until 2018 dropped. For me, that song spoke so much volumes as an instrumental alone, because I kept sitting there like, why am I feeling so happy and upbeat and so hopeful? And then all of a sudden, as time went on, and then when I'm hearing the song again on the instrumental, I'm just like, I wonder why this whole thing is just hitting me in such a big way. I wonder why this whole thing is just hitting me in such a very hopeful and very cheery manner that makes my heart really race, that makes me really positive. I can't put my finger on it, but it's something that is super important, but I don't know why. Maybe we'll know, maybe we won't. Who knows? But then when I heard Smiley rap on this whole track, I'm just like, this story is very familiar. And I don't mean for me, I mean for like an entire story in general. This is a very familiar setting. This is a familiar tone and cadence for a lot of people that find that one person that is, in their own mind, leagues ahead of them socially and all this sort of stuff, while you're in place where you are and you don't know how you feel about stuff, how you feel like you're not good enough for anybody, how you honestly feel like you're not as good as you claim to be for all these amazing people, because you sit around with your friends, talk all this trash and say all this stuff, and then deep down you're just like, I'm still just very broken, and I want to meet this one person that can see me for who I really am, instead of this broken mess I keep calling myself. When I kept hearing the lyrics over and over again as time went on, it just kept resonating with me because it is a story that is impactfully familiar. It is a story that is hauntingly similar, because we've all been there. You can all feel pampered all you want with a silver spoon in your mouth, or you guys could be in the gutter trying to eat a simple meal from the trash bins. God, that takes me back. To just finally get sustenance for where you've fallen so hard in life. No matter where that spectrum can be, we've all been in that way, one way or another, because it's not just a black and white situation for romance, for anything to do with matters of the heart. We all suffer in some regard, whether it's through a hoity-toity event or through an, oh my god, what have I fucking done with my life, kind of event. Or it's somewhere in the middle, just like, damn it, I fucked up, kind of event. With that whole mindset, you just feel like, wow, from just that whole flowery thing, it just tops just maybe number 3 or number 2 on the list. But let me just hold off for you guys about that for this whole reasoning behind why it is number 1. And that is for the factor of, when it comes to a personal attachment to these songs, there has been no other big song in this entire repertoire that has hit me in such a personal level, that has made me honestly travel back and forth in time, just like, wow, I could see myself when I was 12 hearing this song, and then maybe generations, if not centuries later, maybe even reincarnation lifetimes later, I'd be somewhere across the universe because of some space travel that American scientists and global scientists as a whole made to make sure that we migrated across the stars. I have a future incarnation of myself hearing this song for the first time, meeting the love of my life again, and I'm like, why does this feeling feel so familiar? When you see a song, hear a song, write to a song, draw to a song, just embrace musical notes like this, you know that there is an attachment to this that you have not heard from in a long time, that definitely elevates that whole new level of understanding for what you want to do with music. And when Smiley did this on like a personal level for myself, that's when I knew that this was the number 1 track that Smiley has made for myself out of his entire ensemble. Which again, I will stress, no song that Smiley has made is deemed bad. Any song that Smiley has put his moniker on is good. It's a solid project. But on a personal level, Falling For You, produced by Peachy, is one of the greatest songs I've ever heard of in my whole 25 years of existence currently, and why I will always see this as my number 1 choice.
I'm still falling for you, for you.
Well, guys, that is indeed the countdown. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want to support all the stuff, I recommend that you guys go into the description below, check out SmileyRaw today, make sure you support his music, make sure he goes to a higher level with his production, even donate to the cause, because he makes these mixtapes every now and again. If I want to see him make an official album to go on iTunes, Spotify, all those sort of locations, so we can get the notifications out for him. Along with that, make sure if you guys want to produce all this stuff with him, that all of a sudden, if you're beat producers, go to him, make him grow, make him make more music. He has a gift here. And if you guys feel like supporting me, you guys can go to my Patreon, patreon.com/thepyramidinn, and we can do more stuff like this more often. I can do more reviews, more countdowns, more all this sort of stuff. You can even recommend or even do suggestions or even do paid requests to me, and I will do so. It's not the first time I've done it where people have literally given me suggestions and I run with it. It would be my pleasure to actually review this stuff for you guys and do countdowns and do all these thoughts and theses and whatnot, because I enjoy doing this for a living. And as I brought up 25 years of existence, look forward to a brand new countdown that I've been trying to do for a little while now.
You crazy mother.
I don't wanna leave, cause I ain't really done yet, cause I ain't seen the sun yet. I'm tryna see what's next. I don't wanna leave, cause I ain't really done yet.